Hi, this is Chris Turner with Rooted Insurance and Financial Services. And today I wanted to make a video to explain to you the different parts of Medicare, how to enroll, and what your enrollment options are. Now, Medicare is a very confusing topic. We've got 30 million plus people on it and over 10,000 per day enrolling. So, first of all, if you find value in this video, when you're done watching it, please share it with anyone you know who's on Medicare or may be eligible for it soon, because it's going to help them with their decision-making process. Now, Medicare is primarily hospital and outpatient coverage. It's government subsidized health insurance, and it's labeled by letters, Part A and Part B as in boy. Now, Part A is your hospital coverage. This covers the four walls, the bed, the basic stay in a hospital. If you've worked 40 quarters in your lifetime, Part A may be free as long as you contributed to the Medicare tax. However, if you haven't, it may have a monthly premium. Now, I'm not going to quote any prices in this video because they change year to year, but you can always get the current rates at medicare.gov. Part B, as in boy, is your outpatient service. That's things like doctor's visits, x-rays, blood work, the anesthesiologist, etc. Now, Part B does have a monthly premium, and that premium is based on your income. Again, I'm not quoting prices, so go to medicare.gov to get that. Now, Part A and Part B are good, but you are left with large expenses. Part A has an almost $1,500 hospital deductible. That's money you have to pay before your insurance works. So you go to the hospital, you stay for 3-4 days, maybe a week, you go home, and then you get a $1,500 bill in the mail. And by the time you watch this video, it may have exceeded $1,500, it may be more. Part B has coinsurance. So first of all, there's a deductible for Part B too. It's much smaller though, it's a couple $100. But Part B only pays 80% of your outpatient services. So that means you're left with 20%. And that's whether you go to a doctor, a specialist, whether you get outpatient x-rays done, outpatient blood work, maybe you get a CAT scan, you're paying 20% in all those circumstances. So understand that while Medicare is good, there are gaps. Now, how can you address those gaps? Well, there are two paths to choose. Medicare supplements, and that's called Medigap Insurance, or Medicare Advantage, also called Medicare Part C. Let's talk about Medicare supplements first. So a Medicare supplement is private insurance. That means it comes from an insurance company, not the government. It does have a monthly premium. And in exchange for your monthly premium, it's going to pay your copays and deductibles. Now, there's different kinds. There's Plan F, Plan G, Plan N, and there's some older ones as well. The two most popular are Plan G and Plan N. Plan G is the most comprehensive of the two. Plan G pays your inpatient hospital copay 100%. It also pays for the 20% coinsurance on your Part B premium. That means if you have original Medicare with a Medigap Plan G, all you're left with is your outpatient deductible, which is a couple $100 a year. It does not cover prescription drugs though. So if you have original Medicare and a Plan G, you will still need to have a prescription drug plan, which they can be affordable. You know, they can be anywhere from $10 a month to $50, $60 a month, depending on what you need, but you need to factor that into your price. The alternative is a Plan N. Now, a Plan N covers the same things as a Plan G, except when you do go to a doctor or you go to the emergency room, you'll have a copay. The copay is between $20 and $50. It's very low. Everything else is exactly the same. You still have to pay your outpatient deductible. It still takes care of your inpatient deductible. There's one more difference though, and it's called excess charges. In each state, a specialist, especially they're known for this, may or may not charge excess charges. And that's a 15% charge over what Medicare agrees to pay. Some states it's illegal, but it's state by state, so I'm not going to tell you which state it is. You have to check with Medicare.gov. But if your specialist charges excess charges and you have a plan in, you can be responsible for that 15% overage. If you have a plan G, the plan G pays excess charges. And of course, the plan in is less expensive than the plan G. So you have to weigh your pros and cons. Now, Medicare supplements are rated a couple of different ways. Most of them are rated by age. That means every year you get older, your monthly premium goes up. It goes up and it goes up and it goes up. And there's really no limit on it, unfortunately. I've seen people pay $300, $400, $500 a month who've had their Medicare supplement for a long time. Now, if you're healthy, there is a way to circumvent that. When your premium gets too high, you can reshop the market. In 2008, there was a law passed that regulated all Medicare supplements. So a plan F, a plan G, a plan N is the same no matter which insurance company has it. The only difference is how they rate it, which is what we're talking about, age attained, and the monthly premium. Now, the catch is there are no health questions when you turn 65, but after you turn 65, Medicare supplements are subject to health restrictions. They're underwritten. So if you're not in good health and you have certain conditions, they may knock you out. You may not be able to switch your coverage. And if you drop it, you can't get it back. So it's definitely something that you need to discuss with an expert. Now, there is another type of Medicare supplement rating, and it's called community rated. Community rated Medicare supplements look at loss ratios. There's one company, it's one of the largest companies, but I'm not naming names in this. They do a community rating, and what that means is they look at, how much did they pay in claims that year? Did they make a profit? Did they have a loss? And they adjust that way. And sometimes that's better, but it's very rare to see that. Almost every Medicare supplement you're going to come across is attained age. There's a third one called issued age, but it's so rare that it's not worth discussing. If it ever comes up, then you can discuss it individually with your licensed professional. So that's a summary of Medicare supplements. So just in review, you have original Medicare A and B, which you will pay a premium, at least for B. You have your Medicare supplement, which you will pay a premium for. And you have a Medicare prescription drug plan, because even if you don't take prescriptions, there's a penalty for not enrolling on time. And you pay a premium for that as well. Now, your supplement also doesn't cover dental, vision, or hearing. So you may have to factor that in. And it also, it doesn't cover prescription drugs, and your prescription drug plan may not have enough coverage for the cancer medications, things like chemotherapy pills. So if you have a family history of cancer, it's probably a good idea to pick up a $5,000 or $10,000 cancer insurance policy. And again, this is all educational. I'm not selling you on these things. I'm recommending them because as a package, this is comprehensive. This is what you need if you choose original Medicare with a supplement in order for you to be fully protected. Now, let's talk about the other side of the street, Medicare Advantage. What I cannot do is give you plan-specific details. I have to have your signed permission by law to do that. But I can give you educational information, and that's what I intend to do in this video. So Medicare Advantage is private insurance, just like Medicare supplements are private insurance. But Medicare Advantage actually works in place of your original Medicare. You still have original Medicare, you still pay your premium, but you don't use the card. If you have Medicare Advantage, you use your Medicare Advantage card. Now, also, many of these plans are what's called all-in-one insurance. That means it covers Part A, it covers Part B, it may have dental, vision, and hearing. It may have additional benefits like gym memberships, grocery cards, transportation, and it also usually, but not always, covers prescription drugs. So it's very similar to maybe what you've experienced at an employer at one time in your life. It's like employer coverage. And just like employer coverage, most Medicare Advantage plans have networks. So you do have to factor that in. Medicare supplements have no networks. If the doctor prescribes you something, that's what you get. And Original Medicare has no network, and that's why. But when you're on Medicare Advantage, it does have a network. You can have an HMO, which is a health maintenance organization. And that means you can only see the doctors in your network, period. And if you go outside of the network, there's no coverage. You can have a PPO. A PPO means that you can see doctors out of network, but it's going to cost you more out of pocket. So it's going to be a higher cost. And then there's other kinds like fee for service, and those you have to get the doctor to agree before you can use the doctor. But they're the minority. Usually it's HMO or PPO. There is one other kind worth mentioning. It's called a Medicare savings account. And if you are used to an HSA, if you're used to an HRA, that one might be worth discussing with a licensed professional. But since it's a minority, I'm not going to focus on it. Now, Medicare Advantage usually has no or a very low monthly premium. So you're still paying for Original Medicare, but you're saving money on Medicare Advantage. In exchange for that, you are going to have copays for services. You're going to have copays for going to the doctor, the specialist, getting blood work, and they're all plan specific. Every plan is different. And for instance, in any given county in America, you might have 30 to 50 plans to choose from. The copays that usually are the most concerning for seniors are the inpatient hospital stay or a skilled nursing facility. There is a solution for that. It's called a hospital indemnity, and it can be added onto a Medicare Advantage plan, and it can reimburse you for those things. That way, if you do encounter those situations and then you get that bill for $5,000, $10,000, you have a plan in place that will take care of that. And those plans are very inexpensive. They're usually two-thirds, maybe even half the cost of a Medicare supplement. So do consider that if you're looking at Medicare Advantage. Now, Medicare Advantage usually does cover dental, vision, hearing, but it's all plan specific, so you have to ask the right questions. The biggest thing when you are enrolling in Medicare is to work with a licensed professional. It does not have to be me. I would love for it to be me, and I believe I'm the absolute best that you can get. But if you don't necessarily come to me, I want to tell you what to ask, who to go to, what to look for. So first and foremost, if you want good customer service, avoid the call centers. Those television commercials that you see every single day, multiple times a day, it's a call center. And that minimum wage agent that works in a cubicle somewhere in the country may not ever speak to you again. So what you want is an independent agent. Now that brings me to my next point. An independent agent carries multiple brands, multiple insurance companies. Now that keeps everybody honest. An independent agent can shop across the board for you and be transparent. We can be a fiduciary for you and recommend exactly what you need with no bias. Now, we are paid by commission. Please understand that. The commissions are the same across the board, though. So I don't care which company you go with. It's about whatever keeps you happy. And we are paid more than just one time. We're paid as long as you're our client. I want to be completely transparent about that. And that means that anything that the insurance company can't figure out for you, you have another person you can call. And when you do maybe want to change your plan, maybe you want to reshop your Medicare supplement, maybe you want to change your Medicare Advantage plan to a different company, you have an agent. And you have us for life. We're with you as long as you stay with us. Now, if you like the idea of that, you have to find an independent agent. They need to have a certification called AHIP. It's a Medicare specific certification. It tells us how we can and can't market, what we can and cannot do, and what the rules are. If they don't have that certification, then they simply can't offer you every product available. So make sure, one, they're independent. Two, they have the AHIP certification. Now, aside from that, your agent should sit down with you and discuss your needs. We should look at prescription drug costs. We should talk about what your goals are, maybe what your retirement planning looks like. That way we can properly address the medical portion of your retirement, because that's a large portion. It's a third of it. You have retirement, you have final expenses, and you have, of course, medical. So that's really what you need to look at, especially when you're turning 65. So, in summary, when you first are eligible for Medicare, you're going to have hundreds of calls, you're going to have thousands of pieces of mail, you're going to have emails, you're going to see commercials, people might knock on your door, and that's all people trying to get your business. That's all agents. But what you need to know is you have two choices: original Medicare with a supplement. You have the freedom of no networks with a premium, or Medicare Advantage with the networks, but with lots of extras. And you have to weigh the odds, see which one's best for you. A good agent will make a recommendation based on what you need, not necessarily what you may think you want, or maybe what the agent may think you want. So if you don't have an agent and you're watching this video, I would love to work with you. I believe I'm the best at what I do. I care about my clients, and I'll be with you for life. My name again is Chris Turner, and my company is Rooted Insurance and Financial Services. We have a website, rootedbenefits.com. If you're local here in Texas, the local number is 832-743-1080. And if you're anywhere else in the country, we do work nationwide. And we have a toll-free number for you, which is 866-938-0999. We can do business just like this. If you're near the Houston area, I'm happy to come out to you. And we can also do business over the phone, however you want to do it. But these are your Medicare options. And I want to cover one more thing before we go. If you're already drawing Social Security, Medicare will automatically start, and you'll get that red, white, and blue Medicare card in the mail. If you're not, you will have to enroll for Medicare A and B. And you do that by going to the Social Security website. It's ssa.gov. You're going to click on where it says Medicare. And then halfway down the page, it's going to say apply for A and B, or it might say enroll in A and B. Fill that out. Get a family member with you if you need help. It takes less than 10 minutes, and it's the easiest way to apply for Medicare. Just to preface that, if you don't have a My Social Security account, you will have to create one. The alternative to this, if you don't have anyone to help you, is you can go to the local Social Security office and enroll in Medicare. But I want to tell you, by law, a government employee cannot recommend any Medicare benefits to you. They will not be able to assist you in selecting your plan, because by law, they are forbidden. So again, I hope this video brought you value. I hope that you're more educated about your choices. I know I covered a lot of content. So if you do need help, please reach out. Again, contact information. I'm Chris Turner. My local number is 832-743-1080. My toll-free nationwide number is 1-866-938-0999. Our website's rootedbenefits.com, and our email address is info@rootedbenefits.com. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.